When you look at a health insurance plan, the premium is what you pay every single month. That's on a recurring basis to keep the plan active. The deductible is typically what you have to pay first out of pocket for certain services, just like your car insurance. If you were to get into an accident, your responsibility is first the deductible. And then after the deductible, a lot of the times you'll hear the words co-insurance, which is a percentage of the bill that you have responsibility to pay until you hit your out-of-pocket maximum. So it becomes your deductible first for payments, and then the out-of-pocket maximum is next, and that's your safety limit. That will be your worst case scenario. If you ever hit an out-of-pocket maximum on that health insurance plan, then you will be done paying for medical services for the rest of the year. When you are looking at a health insurance plan, a deductible is very important when you want to consider A, what you are going to be paying monthly, and B, what you are going to be paying when you go to use the plan. With the high premiums that health insurance has been facing lately, a lot of people do tend to steer more towards a high deductible plan so they can get that lower monthly premium. And that does work well maybe for the people that do not use their plan very often. They're okay having high exposure for a big out-of-pocket payment, but that does not work well for people who do need to use their plan. I typically ask people, what is most important to you? Is it having really good benefits? Is it having your favorite doctors in network? Or is it having an affordable monthly premium? In a perfect world, we have all three. Sometimes we can, sometimes we cannot. So when you are purchasing a plan, more importantly than anything else is simply understanding what you're getting for that price. If it's a deductible, you need to know what that amount will be. So when you go to get a surgery done, or even if you just go to a simple office visit, maybe you have to face that deductible, maybe you do not. And then even after the deductible, there's something called an out-of-pocket maximum, which is arguably even more important than a deductible. That's what's going to be your overall safety net. So for people that are crunching their numbers and seeing what a worst case scenario will be for them in a bad medical year, it is crucial to know what those numbers are so you don't get blindsided with a medical bill. If you have certain medical conditions, if you're someone who knows that you need to have X amount of hospital visits per year, maybe you want a plan where the hospital benefit does not have to face a deductible and you just have a flat admission copay. Or if you're someone who you just want to have something middle of the road and you want to have an average deductible, then that could be working for you. So the products are all over the place. There's quite literally hundreds of different plans to choose from. So depending on the type of person you are, both financially and medically, there is a plan for you. And that will work for you. When you talk to a broker, they will help sift through those options and find the right one. When you're choosing a health insurance plan, the world and the industry of health insurance is very confusing. It can be very frustrating. So people say, why would I want to use a broker? The real question would be why not to use a broker? Because we're one of the few services out there that do not charge fees. No fees attached to our services whatsoever. When health insurance companies get their rates approved, the state does take into consideration broker commission. So we get paid from each insurance company, not from the people that use us. You simply utilize our knowledge as a resource. So rather than you trying to figure out the whole industry yourself and trying to decide what plan will work for you and your doctors accept it and what happens when you get a bill in the middle of the year, you have that broker to help you throughout there and hold your hand and make sure that your money is spent in the right place. They say when you use a broker, we usually have the bills. Like if you get a random bill and you don't know if you should pay it or not, you send it to your broker's office and they'll tell you if it's valid or not.